welcome Senator Claus.
I just said to Judy, you're going to win. And I have no doubt about that. But I say that with all due respect, because this is an election where the voters are making a difficult decision in a short amount of time when they have to choose a new state senator for the 11th district. And we say that with some degree of humility. We know that the person coming after Mike O'Pake will be coming after a legacy of service, a legacy of commitment to public service and to helping the vulnerable that Mike O'Pake has so nobly embodied in all his years in the Senate. And I wouldn't be here on a Sunday when I'm traveling across the state if I didn't have the kind of confidence that I have in Judy Schwank. Because you know her at least as well as I do, in many cases better than I do. The men and women of organized labor know her. Activists in this community who are concerned about jobs, concerned about the future, concerned about our environment and our quality of life know her. Taxpayers know her as well. But I wanted to make a couple of observations about why I'm here and why I'd respectfully ask the people of this district to give her their vote, but also to give her the support she'll need as a new state senator. First of all, she's a wife and mother and advocate, and also, very importantly, in the times we're living in, she'll be a partner in bipartisan solutions to very difficult issues. None of these issues. Go ahead. None of the issues we face as a Commonwealth or a country, whether they're fiscal in nature, whether they're related to creating jobs and preserving our environment, all of these challenges we face are going to be difficult. Not one party, not one point of view can do this alone. So she will be a voice, I think, for bipartisanship and working together. She'll also, though, be a fighter for what she believes in, for her principles, and for the people of this district, especially a fighter for jobs and economic growth for this county and this region. But along the way, I have no doubt, because her record as a county commissioner demonstrates this, along the way I have no doubt that she'll be a fighter as well for fiscal responsibility. She's got a record of cutting spending, but also adding accountability. And I think she'll bring that record to the State Senate of Pennsylvania. And also, so important, even in tough budget times, she'll be a state senator who will protect the vulnerable. And we've got a lot of vulnerable people in our society and in our economy throughout Pennsylvania. Whether it's young children, in all of the ways that a child can be victimized in our society, she will be a fighter and a champion for those children. Whether it's investing in early learning, investing in ways to protect our kids, but also making sure that they're healthy and that they have enough to eat. She will always be that protector of the children of our district and of our Commonwealth. And also older citizens. I was looking at the numbers in this county, and I know this doesn't speak to the district itself, but just think about the county for a second. In Berks County, the last number, the most recent number, 58,492 people. Almost 60,000 people over the age of 65. And one thing I know about Judy Schwank is she not only understands that number, she knows what stands behind that number. The people who fought our wars, who worked in our factories, who taught our children, who gave us life and love, and who have gone before us. She knows that one of her jobs as a state senator will to always fight for and always protect and make sure we're doing everything we can within our budget and more generally to protect older citizens and to help them. She'll bring that value with her to Harrisburg. And finally, protecting rural communities, protecting their way of life and protecting our environment. You heard a reference earlier, Josh was talking about in the context of the endorsement, a very important endorsement that she received today. That value that's imbued and embedded in the Constitution of Pennsylvania. Article 1, Section 27, and I'm doing it from memory, but it goes something like this. The people have a right to clean air, pure water, and to the preservation of the natural, scenic, historic, That part of our Constitution wasn't there from day one. It came in the middle of, little beyond the middle of this, the past century. It came in the early 1970s, late 60s, early 70s. So we went a long, long time in this state by not having that constitutional protection and by not living up to those values. Thank goodness, since then, we are tested now again, but since then, we've had that value in our Constitution, and I have no doubt at all, that when Judy Schwank's record is evaluated, after a month, after a year, after 4 years, or after a career in the State Senate of Pennsylvania, I have no doubt that she'll be a voice for the voiceless, she'll protect our environment, she'll work every day to cut spending and be fiscally responsible, but also to make sure that we're creating jobs. She'll be a fighter for the people of this district. I have great confidence in her character, in her integrity, in her commitment to public service. All we got to do for the next 9 or so days, and someone can tell us the number of hours, is to go out and just tell people morning, noon, and night about who she is, what she represents, what her values are, and whom she'll fight for. And if we do that, she's going to win, and she's going to win big. Thank you.